Hi everyone, I'm back with another tutorial, and this time it's going to be Raphtalia from Rising of the Shield Hero, so let's get started. I go in with these contacts, they're like pinkish red, I'll link them down below too, but then I'm going to move on to my base. So I'm using a new primer, I'm using the Elf Poreless Putty Primer I believe, and I really like it since my skin has been getting a bit oily with the heat and all. Next I go in with a foundation and a concealer. I'm using the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced, and I'm using the LA Girl concealer. I forgot what shade, but yep. It's been a long while. I mean, this is the last time you're actually ever going to see this background since I moved apartments. So it's going to be a different setup from now on, and I'm still figuring out where that's going to end up being. But that's the fun of it all, isn't it? Next I go in with my powder and just powder my entire face this time. It's been getting really warm and it's not like this costume is very summer friendly, so. Next I go in with a contour. I'm doing my contour earlier than my eyeshadow this time. I just kind of felt like it. It wasn't like oh, I'm changing my whole routine for this, but I just wanted to, you know? Next I'm going in with this ColourPop palette, and I'm using, I think, like 3 shades from it. I'm using this very yellow orangey shade as a base just to have everything kind of meld together. And then I go in with the darker brown to just deepen up my crease. And this is all going on pretty much the the outer 2/3 of both my upper and lower eye. And here's the darker brown. How have you guys been? I know it's been a very long time since I've actually uploaded a video. I'm actually starting work this upcoming Monday, so it's really exciting for me since I finished up college and now I'm actually working full time. It's kind of crazy. I go in with the shimmery peach shade as well, just to give some shine to my lids. But yeah, I don't know what much else to talk about. I'm actually going to be working in an office, and it's super exciting. I'm kind of nervous, but I hope it'll work out. I take my Chromie palette from Wet n Wild, and I use that very light pale yellow as like a final highlighter, and I put that essentially on the inner thirds of my upper and lower eyelid, and I think as well as my eyebrows. It's been a little while since I've looked at this, I'm sorry. Next I go in with my eyeliner. I did a really poor job filming this. This eye is probably the best example I have. So essentially what is going to happen on this eye is I'm doing a puppy liner. I like following the natural curvature of my eye, which does go downwards rather than upwards. So I kind of follow that for most of my like animal-based characters. I really like doing puppy liner for. Once my eyeliner is all finished up, I go in with my lashes, and these are my usual Dollar Tree lashes. I believe they're Color Mates in Bold, and I did trim them. I do have a video on my YouTube, like showing you how I trim them. It's super old, but I've never changed anything about it, so I just kept it up. Next I go in with a cream blush. This is from Etude House. I forgot what it's called, but I had this for a very long time. I usually don't use cream blushes a lot of the time, but I wanted to try and hydrate my skin a bit more, and I really like the natural look it gives me rather than the powdered matte look usual powdered blushes give me, you know? Going in with my highlighter, I believe this is LA Color. I got it at the dollar store, but it's super bright. I love it so much. It's very well loved. So I just put that on my brow bone, on my tip of my nose, down the bridge, inner corner, cupid's bow, chin, and of course my cheeks. Next, I go in with these two lip stains. I start off with the red, and I'm pretty much really precise with the red. Like, I draw out my lips, the exact pouty look I want to give them with this red. Mainly, I've been using lip stains because they stay on longer, and it's especially helpful if I'm sweating or drinking water because it's super duper hot outside. So it helps me make sure I don't have to reapply my lips nearly as much. But then I overlay it with this orange one to give it a more like natural, not bright red look. And because it's still lip stain, I have to blot it off because it's very, very bright. Next, I go in with my last step, which is my mascara. I usually do this step last just because I want to give the glue for my eyelashes as much time to dry. I did both my upper and lower, and that's about it. So thank you to Cosplay Clans for sending me both the wig and the costume. And I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial.